Listen, good evening. Liverpool Football Club 2, Newcastle 1. Listen, I am so happy we get the 3 points. I'm really happy we get the 3 points, but it was a shit performance by Liverpool. I am happy with the 3 points, and football is all about 90 minutes plus added time. But if this is how we're going to continue to play, we are in serious dude. We have to dip in the transfer market. We has to get 2 midfielder. It's not a must. We must get a 2 midfielder. It's poor from Liverpool. Lack of creativity. Unfortunate. I feel so bad for Newcastle. They play brilliant. They nullify us. But you know what it means? 3 points. Great win by Liverpool. I have to say that. Great 3 points, I should say. Let's bring in my boy, Jersey Boy.
Bro, I'm not joking. I was watching that whole game on the watch along, bro. It was one of the worst performances I've seen again this season, bro. But Henderson, absolutely abysmal. Trent, again, awful at right back. I don't know, bro, but quickly, just to go to this, joking, by the way, 8 minutes were added. 8 minutes were added on because Newcastle kept falling over, pretending they were injured, bro. So blame Newcastle for time wasting. 8 minutes was given because of the time wasting. But Ryan, we still at the end, but bro, I'm tired of Klopp making substitutions at the 70th minute and stuff, bro. Fabio Carvalho, bro, for me has proven that he has to start now. He's a baller, bro, and we need a midfielder. This win is not going to shy away from me the fact that we were absolutely goddamn shit today.
Definitely, Jersey Boy. I agree with you, man. I definitely agree with you. I was so disappointed watching the game. I was so frustrated by this Liverpool team. Lack of creativity. Newcastle nullify us. And as I said, karma is a bitch. Newcastle keep falling over on the ground like something do them. I has never seen an English team play like Newcastle. They off and puff, so they deserve to get that, man. They continue trying to break the rhythm of Liverpool, right? With keeping dropping on the ground. But it was a great 3 points. Couldn't afford to drop any more points right now. I think we probably drop points against Everton because it seems like we can't break down team. I am happy I get the 3 points, but the performance coming into this one, I predict a 1-1 draw. 1-1. And I nearly got it because of the poor performance by Liverpool. Poor first shots coming into this game in the second half. It wasn't good, bro. It wasn't good, Bridget. We need at least 2 midfielder. Trust me. Go ahead, Jersey Boy.
I want to say this, that, listen, the one thing we do remember, Ryan, we need to remember this. Remember this from what we said before, Ryan. We don't care how we win the game, as long as we win. But for me, Ryan, this shows, Ryan, imagine if Callum Wilson, Bruno Guimaraes, and Sir Maximin played today, bro. We would have lost 3 or 4-0. We are so lucky Sir Maximin didn't play today. But Henderson is so bad. Honestly, bro, Trent, he's been so bad this season. I actually think he needs to go midfield. I'm tired of saying this. I'm like a delusional Liverpool fan. People might not agree with me, but I think Trent has to go midfield. He's just not a right back, bro.
That will never happen under Jurgen Klopp.
No, it won't. But Ryan, the thing is, people might be going, "Why am I so negative after winning, bro?" Because I've seen 90 minutes of shit, bro. 90 minutes of shit. We won in the 98th minute, bro. By luck, by Fabio Carvalho scoring a screamer. But I'm sorry, but we were crap, bro. Against a good team, we get smashed.
So Carvalho, big up to Carvalho, man, to score. That was that was a fantastic goal, bro.
Saucy.
That's 2 goals now in back-to-back games. So the day after
It's offside, Veshgrad.
Yeah, that goal like Newcastle score offside. So the day after his 20th birthday, Cavalier has been the youngest player to score a 90-minute winner goal in the Premier League for Liverpool. See that?
98. Yeah, but what minute was the goal for Reggae against Everton?
No, the youngest meaning
younger.
20.
Oh, youngest.
Yes. Yeah. So yesterday was his birthday and he scored. Bro, that was a brilliant goal, bro. That was a brilliant goal, man.
That was a saucy goal.
And the celebration, man, you can see the confidence. Club should start him, but I understand why club not start him. Elliot looked good today again. I must say that, man. Elliot was trying a lot. He was trying to make things happen. I think Elliot and Carvalho would have been the perfect duo in the number 8 role. But as I say, Carvalho have to get used to the Liverpool when he lose the ball, specific part inside the midfield. So this is the reason why I don't think Klopp starting Carvalho, because you have to understand the role in Liverpool, especially in the midfield. So I'm saying this was a brilliant win for Liverpool. Really, really happy we get the win. Really, really happy, bro. Although Mohamed Salah has been dog shit, bro. What happened to Mohamed Salah? Talk to me. Yeah, Jersey boy, since this guy got big contract, he has been dog shit, bro. What happened to Salah?
He's been awful. But
he's been so bad. Salah again. He still get an assist, but what happened,
Two
bro?
assists.
2. Bro,
Carvalho goal was a Salah assist.
Bro, it was dark shit, bro. From him get this big contract, bro, him haven't been good, bro. Like, come on, bro. This is what period for Bridget.
Just to clarify again, so the people in the chat understand, Newcastle wasted a lot of time. If you're going to waste time, that's time added on. Henderson was walking for like a snail. Ryan was not hiding. Ryan's at work, Gunners boss. I've told you before. Ryan was at work, bro.
Gunners boss, Liverpool to death. That me I tell you.
You both. Gunners boss thinks you were hiding today. Ryan works.
So, all right. I just saw it on Twitter. Nick Pope at least done for 2 minutes.
So
in the last 70 minutes in the game. The last 80 minutes in the game, he has been down for at least 2 minutes. So the referee playing how many extra minutes him give? 5?
It's 5 minutes, but 2 minutes added on.
So him add on 2 more on the 5, so that's 7.
Yeah, but bro, that was because they kept falling over doing the 5 minutes, bro. Just Newcastle need to understand next time. Don't time waste doing the 5 minutes, because maybe they'll bite you in the arse.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
I understand Talawa, but I'm a realist. Salah was not good today. Henderson was not good today. Diaz was okay. Bobby was very good today. Again, a good great performance by Bobby Firmino. Trent, god awful. Gomez, god awful. Robertson, god awful.
No, but
there were too many negatives today.
Big, I swear to God, Talawa, he could have been the legend. He could have been the king of Egypt. Once in a player good, nobody get a pass. You know what I mean? Salah has been dark shit, man. From this guy signed the contract, this guy haven't lived up to expectation. This is what we do over here, Talawa. We don't have no sentiment in no player. I finally passed that stage. I don't have no sentiment. I have sentiment for the team to do well. I have sentiment players to do well. But if you're not playing well, we have to tell you the honest truth. You could have been the king of Africa. We're going to tell you, right? Because if any other player not playing good, if it was Sally, if it was Mane, like last season, everybody has said, get him out. Everybody was saying sell Mane. But I tell people all the time, say, Mane is the right man, Bridget. Like, I tell people all the time, man, when the buckle is tough, when it's hard, this is where Sadio Mane come in play for Liverpool. But it was a good one. But Jersey boy, before we get into the player ratings, talk to me about Newcastle. Play very well against City. Come in this game, unfortunate they lost. What you have to say about Newcastle? You see a lot of improvements.
I've got to say, Bo, Alexander Isak, to me so far, looks like a class signing, Bo. He was terrorising that defence. Scored 2 goals. One was disallowed for offside, and it was offside. Just fantastic performance by Newcastle, and Newcastle were just unlucky that they time wasted, and Fabio Carvalho scored a screamer. But I think overall a draw was probably fair result. And I think Liverpool were just really bad, bro. We got the win, but if you remember in 1920 when we won the league, how many of these performances did we have, bro? Well, we won 2-1 and we were shit for 90 minutes. A lot. So, but bro.
Well, Jersey boy, you said that though, but we have to improve on our performance, man. We have Everton up next. I still don't confident going into that Everton game.
I'm confident because I'm a bit more confident with that one, bro, because they haven't got a striker.
Everton.
Bro, they're going to play Morpay. Morpay's played us and he's missed every time.
Okay.
So I'm just sending the link to Yusuf. Bro, listen, I was more nervous about Newcastle because Newcastle, they have
they have 2 key player out.
Brian, but just imagine they had Sir Maximin today and Bruno Guimaraes. I don't think we win.
Yeah.
I don't think we win if their 2 players played. I think we were god awful. I think a draw was an even result. And I think we're very lucky to get a win. But a win's a win at the end of the day, bro.
Yeah. But so deadline day, Jersey boy. We should at least get in a midfielder. We
get one on loan, bro.
Nobody going to give us any player on loan, Richard.
Tielemans, just get Tielemans, £25 million. 25.
We'll be 20 million. Your side will be 20 million for the former City midfielder. He scored today for Aston Villa.
Oh, Douglas Luiz.
Yeah, what do you think about Douglas Luiz?
I don't think he's that good, bro. But he's better than Henderson and Milner, so Harrius.
Okay, all right. So let's get into the player ratings, and after we do the player ratings, we're going to talk about the rest of game them that play Tuesday and stuff. So let's get into the player ratings. People, you're on the chat right now. Can you guys like the video for me? I would really appreciate that. Come on, people, like the video, like up the video. All right. So all right, go over here, Jersey boy now. So Allison, what do you give Allison?
Allison, I'm gonna give a 7.5. I don't think I think the first goal he couldn't do anything about. That was Henderson's fault. And other than that, bro made a few good saves, good catches. I think Allison was okay today, so I'm gonna give him a 7.5. What about you for Allison Becker?
So I'm going to give Allison a 7. I give him a solid 7. I think him don't have much to do today. Make a few good saves when we need him. That's all we need for Allison Becker. But go over to Van Dijk and Gomez.
Van Dijk and Gomez. Van Dijk I'm going to give a 7 and Gomez I'm going to give a 6. I think Gomez was not good today, but the amount of free kicks he gave away to Newcastle on edge of the box where Kieran Trippier could have scored. Yeah, 6 for me. I don't think he was very good today, Gomez.
You know, as I said, this comment is a very good comment. So before we continue the player ratings, Jersey boy, why club always make change 78 minutes? He bring on Carvalho, he bring on Milner, and he take off Henderson and take off Robertson.
And
why?
Trent.
And Trent. Why we can start Tsimikas from the start and bring on Robertson in the last 15 minutes?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. Tsimikas for me so far has shown that he's much better. Bringing Yusuf.
Yeah, but him having sure still.
Yeah, it's a quick one to say. Listen, we were really, really bad today. Simicast reassured that he has to start. And I don't know what Klopp has to see for Simicast to start. But against Everton, Simicast has to start. But yeah, so for me on that front,
But he will not
Rob,
start, man. Deal
on
with
that
it.
front, on that front, Robertson, I'm gonna give Robertson I'm gonna give him a 5. Yusuf, quickly before we continue, can you do Allison, Virgil, Gomez, and Robertson in your player ratings?
I can do that, but before I start, can I just say that Nick Pope got what he deserved. Every time he got the ball, just sit down, waste so much time, and then we got the late winner. You know, it just feels so good. And I have like guests and all, and they were sitting in the living room. I was just sitting there watching the match quietly. When we scored that goal, I kid you not, I probably, you know, the not guys. Like I'm so happy though. But you know, let's get to the play ratings. Allison wasn't really that good, to be honest. It wasn't really that great. It was all right. His passing was good though, so I'll give him 7.5 or 7. Van Dijk, I think he was all right, but his passing was a bit off. It wasn't his best performance. I'll give him 7.5 as well. Gomez, probably 7.5 also. Trent, I mean, he had some good moments in the game, but again, I think he could have done a bit better. I'll also give him 7.5. And Robertson, I really was not impressed by Robertson. I thought Simicast, like you said, Drizzy, but I think Simicast deserves a star against Everton because the intensity when Simicast came on was on different level. I'll give Robertson like 6.5. Wasn't really that great, but again, what a win! What a win! Wasn't the greatest performance, but what this team is all about is intensity. Intensity, as Pep Linder said, intensity is our identity, and we showed that. We were losing 1-0. A lot of people lost belief. But this just proves that, you know, moments like these, we can always do them. We can always produce them. Liverpool just find a way to do it, and I'm so happy. And hopefully this, you know, this raises the players' confidence, and we get another 3 points at Everton.
100%, bro. You know, but for me, my opinion, I think we were just really, really bad today. But as I said before, you know, there's been a lot of times we've been really, really bad and got the 3 points. But for me, my worry is, Yusuf, is if St. Maximin played, it would have been a whole different story. Because Trent today was struggling to track. Trent was struggling a little bit at times to track back. His crossing was awful. Robertson's crossing was awful. For me, yeah, so that Robertson I'm going to give a 5. Trent I'm going to give a 5. Fabinho I'm going to give a 6.5. I think he was okay. Elliot, again, another great performance. 7.8 for me for Elliot.
10. What a performance. 7.8.
Elliot. Yeah, but you'll see why. You'll see why I'm saying that. Then we go on to Henderson.
Okay.
3. Shit performance.
Is it Henderson legs gone now, bro?
I think so, but Luis Diaz, I'm gonna give a 7. I'm gonna give it 8 because he was troubling a lot of the time. For me, my man of the match, I'm gonna give a 9 to Bobby Firmino because I think Bobby Firmino was ridiculous, but he was tracking back and defending, very good, got the equaliser. I think is very good. And for Salah, I'm gonna give him an 8. I think he was awful today, but he still got 2 assists, so I have to credit him for that. So I'm going to give him an 8. Ryan, what about you for your player ratings?
So I'm going to give Van Dijk, I think 6. Robertson, not good enough for me. I'm giving a 5.5. Trent, I give Trent probably the 5. You know, I need to see more from Trent, you know, to impact the game in the final third. I haven't seen that great against Bournemouth. Gomez, I think Gomez didn't have a poor game, you know. I give him a 6. Van Dijk 6.5. Midfield Fabinho has been. I haven't like how Fabinho has been playing the whole midfield recently. Yeah, I'm going to give Fabinho a 6. Henderson, oh my God. That's the thing, no man. Like, I don't want to beat Henderson too much because I think him legs is gone. He don't have that energy to impact the team anymore. Henderson should becomes a rotation player for Liverpool this season, but we still have to start with him. So I'm giving Henderson a 6. Elliot, I think one of the better performance. 7.5. I give him 7.5. Yeah.
Your front three on.
So Bobby, I don't know, man. Like I ain't too minded Bobby, right? I think Bobby need to come off the bench. I think Bobby need to becomes a rotation player. I think missing our striker, giving back Bobby a chance, but be fair, he scored a brilliant goal. You know, that was a brilliant goal to equalize. You know, I'm giving him a 7.5. Salah, dreadful. Give Salah 5. Diaz need to impact the game more. He need to score more goals. You know, it's just not the same Liverpool. Don't know it's because of Thiago is out. We don't have the bright players them in their position, but we look kind of really off. Far. We don't look good at all. I don't know if we're going to grow in confidence. Sometimes you don't need to play great every game to win football game, but it was good against Bournemouth tonight. It can't be like, oh, we play tonight, we're going to play against Everton on Saturday. It's going to be a totally different ball game. So we need to step up a game. We have a lot to work on, man. Yeah, that's for me.
Yeah, so quickly just going on, Ryan. For me, this game reminded me a lot of how we played against Man United and Palace and Fulham. We just kept going backwards. We couldn't finish. We were god awful, but by the luck of the football gods, we managed to snatch it, and that's happened a few times before. And listen, we've now got to just move on. We got the 3 points. Now we've got to focus on Everton. Now, I think Everton, they haven't got a striker. They're going to pay Liam Morpay. They've just made 2 signings. James Garner from Man United and Idrissa Gueye from PSG. And those are 2 good signings for Everton in their midfield because they've got a trash midfield. So we've got to be on our A game, and yeah, we've got to move on. But Ryan, did you want to have a look at the other games?
Yeah, so we're going to look at the other game. But Chelsea, man, what do you think about Chelsea performance? Lost by 2 goals to 1.
For me, Ryan, is they just haven't got. Chelsea just have nothing up front, bro. I don't understand how they've spent so much money in defence and all this kind of stuff, but not spent attention up top. And Tuchel is playing Havertz up top instead of Boha. Boha was brilliant against for Southampton last season. And I just think he's a bit of favouritism. Aspilicueta's not that guy. They haven't got back a right back. It's just they just don't look like they've got ideas. So for me, yeah, they've not been very good. I think they need to get a striker. I think they need to get a Bamian.
Yeah, but is it a case where you have to look at the manager now, Jersey boy? Because if you realize Chelsea only 8 games last season at home, 8 games.
Ryan, I think Tuchel will set up Chelsea with their too defensive. I think the only thing Tuchel's managed to do is he managed to improve their defence, bro. But am I right in saying this, Yusuf and Ryan? While I've seen Tuchel be the manager of Chelsea, he hasn't improved the forwards.
Yeah, but
or the midfield.
completely, bro. Like the last season,
They're
they made
trash.
the season.
Midfield and forward for Chelsea are
I think
absolute
Chelsea let
trash.
in too many goals. I think he gets still now, bro. Like he get away. He Timo Werner, Lukaku now gone. They leave themselves without a striker. Tammy Abraham the year before. I think Thomas Tuchel, I think is in serious. He's just lucky that Robert Abramovich is not the owner because I believe he will get sacked after that Southampton game. Chelsea in a really serious problem and they spend a lot of money. I can't understand. They have good players, but I think they need a coach, bro. I think I think Chelsea needs something freshen up, bro. Definitely think they need something. Yusuf, what do you think about Chelsea?
I think Chelsea, with the business they've done in the summer, I think they really should be playing better. I agree with what you said, Ryan. I think it's something that it's managerial. It's a managerial problem. They're not playing that well. I think they lost Timo Werner, Tammy Abraham, like you said. So in terms of striker, they're not really. Yeah, I think they're still gonna need a striker. So it'll be interesting who they go for before the transfer window ends. But it's not a good position for Chelsea at all. They lost to Leeds 3-0, and like if I'm Thomas Tuchel, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable losing 3-0 to Leeds. They need to do something and fast. They need to do something and fast because they're a big team and they need to be competing for the trophies and all. But if they keep playing at this level, I don't see it. I don't see it.
Yeah. So in another game that Fulham defeat Brighton by 2-1. That's the first loss for Brighton this season. Fulham has been amazing. Bounce back after a 2-1 defeat to the Gunners. Fulham hasn't lost at home as yet. This is the back to back game now. Fulham win. They beat Brentford last weekend, and now they beat Brighton by 2-1, man. Guess who is on the goal scoring chart again for Fulham?
Mitrovic, bro. I'm telling you, Mitrovic, when he's given the
He's
ball,
scoring goal for Fulham.
bro. The problem with Mitrovic when he was in the back, when he was back at Fulham last time they were in the Premier League, bro. Fulham had no, proper players to back, but they've not pack. They've got that guy they got from Sporting, who is very good. They got Pereira from United, who looks very good in that attack. They just got to do a ticket, and I've got to say, Ryan, I think we can all agree this is not the Fulham from a few seasons ago, and we can all agree I think Fulham will stay up. And Marco, I think it's Marco Silva, the manager. He's done an absolutely amazing job. Didn't he used to be the manager of United?
No,
Everton, sorry.
Everton and Watford.
Everton.
With Everton, he was just giving shit players. At Fulham, he's making things tick, and I've got to give him the respect in Fulham. And Fulham have done a fantastic job, and I think they will stay up. And they've made another signing. I think they're going to sign William,
former
Chelsea Arsenal player.
Yeah. Okay. Look a bit of experience in the team. But let's what about you, Yusuf, about Fulham? Are you impressed with Fulham so far? When you look at it, they're right up in the top of the table, in 7th position with 8 points. What do you think about Fulham this season?
100%. They've been impressive. They haven't had the easiest fixtures, but again, they've been very, very good. They've been playing well. I like the intensity I'm seeing. Andreas Pereira has been brilliant. I think Paella has also been very good for them. And Mitrovic, I think, when he's given creative midfielders to work with, when he's given that creativity, I think when he gets that chance, he scores because he is a very clinical striker, and I don't think he's getting the recognition he deserves because I think Mitrovic has been on fire. He's been on fire, and I think Fulham are staying up. Before the season started, I couldn't see them staying up, but with the intensity they've shown and Mitrovic playing really well and scoring goals, been on fire. I think 100% they stay up. Really, really impressed by this Fulham project this season.
Yeah, the next team that Liverpool going to play is Everton, and when I look at Everton, they draw against Brentford the last game on the weekend, and then come back away, draw against Leeds United, where Leeds was in pretty good form coming into this one. It's a 1-1 draw for Everton. Very good start by the American coach. How impressive you guys with Leeds, Jersey boy. 1-1 draw against dog shit Everton. You need to beat them to make them stay in the relegation bucket. I think they're going to get relegated this season. You know?
I can see it happening. I can see it happening 100%.
Wait, who do you think is going to get relegated? You said sorry.
Everton. They're going to go down.
Marcel, that's been called off. Justin Kluivert, basically, Fulham had agreed everything to sign Kluivert, but his work permit's been denied, so they can't sign him. That's fallen through. Leeds were very good. That winger they have, number 23, I think his name, number 23, S something, very good player. But Everton, bro, haven't had a single win yet. It's either draws or losses.
They are dead food, bro.
Am I right that Everton haven't won yet? Am I just being stupid, or have Everton not won? Let me have a look.
Everton haven't won. They will draw. They draw 3 games.
Everton are 17th, yet they haven't won. Neither have Leicester. Leicester need to win against United tomorrow. Sinistera, baller. But Ryan, what were the other games?
Leeds, man. Talk about the Leeds game, man.
I said my part, said Ryan. I said Leeds were very good. Sinistera, very good. Everton, again, no striker. They can't score. Their defence is not that good. They've made the midfield, but they've made 2 good midfield signings. And I think Leeds deserve to get the 3 points. But yeah, Everton, I think, we're still going.
What said you, Yusuf? Because we have some more crunching game to go to now. What said you about Leeds? Think they will stay up?
Yeah, I think stay up. I think with I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it correctly. Sinistera, he's been very good for them. I think also very energetic player that they have. Aronson's also been, is good for them. And Rodrigo is also on good form. I think they stay up. I think Jesse March has done a good job. They beat Chelsea 3-0 as well. We can't forget that. Could they do better? 100%. But if we're talking about them staying up, I think yes, they stay up.
Definitely. What said you, Jersey boy? Manchester City 6. Nottingham Forest 0. What's it,
bro?
With the
bro, Henderson's got a hamstring injury. Oh my god. We need to get a midfielder now, bro. We need
100%.
Bro,
100%.
I don't care. Get Tielemans. Make a risk, bro. Henderson's now out. Hamstring is out for 4 weeks, bro. Now it's Carvalho has to start.
100%.
We're literally we're one more injury away from playing Bashetic.
Listen, don't worry, guys. It's going to be Milner, Elliott, and Fabinho in the midfield. Still,
Carvalho.
He will still bench Carvalho. Watch and see.
He will still. He probably will.
I agree with you, Ryan. I probably agree with you. I would love to see Carvalho start. I think that's what Klopp should do. But knowing Klopp, he trusts Milner more. He's going to give Milner the trust, and he's going to start him.
But Ryan,
if he start that midfield, is a dead midfield, that Bridget. Dead. What's it, Jersey boy?
I'm telling you, if we play that midfield against Everton, they're going to win the midfield battle. Listen, let me continue.
Let's get Tielemans, bro.
Yeah, listen, let me continue. Ryan, I've said this for a long time. Erling Haaland is a golden boy baller. This guy has scored 9 goals in 5 games and scored 2 back-to-back hat-tricks, and he scored a hat-trick in 18 minutes. This kid is a baller, and I'm telling you, he will get the golden boot this season, and I think he might even break Salah's record. He's that good. Very good. Julian Alvarez, the Argentinian striker winger they got from River Plate. He's got 2 goals. Good from him. Mahrez has 2 assists. Who else scored? Cancelo scored as well. Stones got assist as well. City look like they're going to win the league. They look too good, but they're still not top of the league, and I've got to say, City look dangerous. Nottingham Forest, they sort of no striker, they look lost, their defence is. They've made 19 signings and they look average, Nottingham Forest. But really fair play to Manchester City, and what a win.
Yusuf, think the Premier League going to Etihad again, or it's too early?
I think if last season proves anything, is that it's never too late for a team to make a title challenge. And we know that Liverpool 14 points behind Manchester City at some point last season, and we got it to 1 point. I think if with Haaland it can be a different story, but I think time will tell. Time will tell. Depends on the big six, how their form is going. I think around match week 7 or 8, then we could have a pretty accurate prediction, because I think it depends. Some teams have been inconsistent. Most teams in the big six have been inconsistent. So Arsenal, City, Liverpool. Well, Arsenal, City have been good, but I'm saying Liverpool and Chelsea and those guys, I think they've been a bit inconsistent. So I think overall time will tell. But it's no secret. It's no secret that if Liverpool want to challenge for the title, they need to play much better than they have, because they won't always get that luck or that fortune. But I think they need a midfielder as well, and they need to sort out their injury situation.
Hi, Yusuf. I'm telling you, man, this Manchester City team hard to beat. Kevin De Bruyne on the bench today, come off the bench. City looking good. They don't have the depth. I want to see how they do next week when they have the Champions League game to play and the travel up and down. I want to see how they adjust to that. I think City are always going to be City. They're going to school all of these small team. Erling Haaland, boy. Let's see what's going to happen. But early time, as Yusuf said, let's move on to the team that a lot of people think going to win the Premier League. The team that dropped points today. A team that I said they're going to draw too many games. Tottenham Spurs. Are you surprised? West Ham coming off a win over Aston Villa, coming into this one with a little bit of confidence. They beat Nottingham Forest. Tottenham looking good coming into this one, score first. What do you think about Tottenham today with an extra again?
Listen, bro, West Ham have been very bad this season. They've had no wins. Then they played Aston Villa and got a good win. And they got a win. They drew today. And Tottenham have some problems. If you look at the stats, West Ham, an own goal. Remember, Tottenham didn't even score today, bro. It was an own goal. And if you look at the stats, Ryan, Spurs had 13 shots, 4 on target, and West Ham had 14 shots, 4 on target. So the stats are similar. Tottenham had all the possession, but West Ham had needed the same amount of chances. And I think, bro, Tottenham haven't got a good enough defence. I've said it for a long time. Langley is not a good centre-back. Sanchez is not a good centre-back. They miss Romero. I think they should have got a proper centre-back this summer. I know they signed Romero on a full deal this summer. But they should have got another centre-back. Emerson Royale has looked good. Perisic, your left wing backs look good. Finally, Basuma gets a start. But I think maybe they should start with Richarlison, because Richarlison, when he's come off the bench for Tottenham, he's actually looked very good, and I think maybe they should start him for one of the games, because Son's looked very bad this season. West Ham, but they've been in terrible form, but they've got a win. Now they've got a draw. Maybe their season is now starting. And yeah, I had a feeling Tottenham would drop points at some point. I still think maybe they might come third. But Tottenham, I think, maybe need to get one more signing in the transfer window. They can.
Yeah. What said you, Yusuf, on Tottenham and West Ham?
I mean, I agree. I agree with what Jersey Boy said about Tottenham. I think they should have went for another proper centre back. I mean, their attack's good. They've got Kulusevski, Kane's been on good form, Son, I still don't think it's too early to worry about Son, because if you guys look over the seasons, he starts the season poorly, then when he gets that first goal, first two goals, on fire. So I still don't think it's time to worry about Son. I think with under Antonio Conte, they're gonna find a way. I think they finished in top four position, but I mean, they need to improve. They need to improve on that. West Ham were in need. Were in need for some points. They got a point against Tottenham. So I think they played good. They played good in the second half, like Marcel said. Um, so I think West Ham under David Moyes, I think over time they will figure it out. It needs a bit of patience with them. But I think Tottenham, they didn't lose, but I think it's a wake up call for them. So and Antonio Conte is not stupid. He knows that. So it'll be interesting to see what both teams do.
Most definitely. Tottenham, I think one of the biggest downfall for Tottenham this season. I think, as a Jersey boy said, they're leaking. The backline is not good enough, and we know Conte is not going to play all out attacking football. He's going to play it cagey, and he will want to play behind the ball and catch team on the counter, which I believe that suit Tottenham Spurs. But when they play against team that they have to win, that's where they have to come out of their shelf a little bit and start to play a little bit more positive. And I think that's going to catch them off guard. I think Tottenham Spurs play against a big team, they're always going to do well because they're happy to stay behind the ball and stuff. But West Ham haven't lost in their last two, so they're going to build momentum. They're going to get confident from that and stuff. But yeah, that was a good one. Good points. Liverpool picking up points, Tottenham dropping points. But let's move on to the next one before we go to the team that's going to win the Premier League, actually. All right? This is no dig at you guys. But Bournemouth last 9-0 to Liverpool and come back at home, keep a clean sheet. Scott Parker gets sacked. Are you guys surprised that Scott Parker gets sacked? Yusuf?
Sorry, Yusuf, you guys this.
A bit, yeah. Nah, I'm a bit surprised. I think 9-0. I mean, you lose 9-0. It's unacceptable, but I think it's a bit harsh. It's a bit harsh. I think if he kept it going, but I think when you give him 4 games, I think it's still a bit harsh to sack him after 4 games, because Scott Parker, I don't think he's a bad manager at all, because I think they just need that right player. They need to be in the transfer window more. He needs backing from the owners. He needs to get signings, but he with this team he's obviously not gonna make it work. So I think instead of sacking him, what Bournemouth should have did was use this as a wake up call to know that they really need to go into the market. They need to go into the market. They need to get players, because if they're gonna play like that for the rest of the season, then probably gonna get relegated. So I think it was a bit harsh. I think they should have kept him for a while after making signings. I think.
Yeah, one of the reason why they don't keep him. I don't know if you guys up to speed with him press conference where he calling out some of the bigger heads at the club. They need signing and all of these stuff, and that can be part of the reason why they sack him. But Bournemouth is a team that want to stay in the Premier League. Remember, they were in the division for almost 6 years. Eddie Howe gets sacked. I think Eddie Howe, when the sacker he resigned, I think he resigned in post from Bournemouth. Take some break, then take up the job at Newcastle. I think this is a good job by Bournemouth, coming off a 9-goal defeat and to come back in a game and keep a clean sheet. I think they are not good enough to stay up in the English Premier League, but who knows what's going to happen. But let's move on to the team that everybody believed that going to win the Premier League. So big up to all of the people down in the comment section. Before we get into that, Joseph Boy, give you a thought before we go over on Arsenal. Give me a thought on Bournemouth. Are you surprised with the sack?
First of all, Scott Parker shouldn't have been sacked, I think.
Yeah?
Why? I think, bro, because he's not been backed, bro. He got sacked apparently because he was talking shit about the board on TV because he wasn't getting backed. bro, this Bournemouth team is literally the same Bournemouth team that came up from the Championship. They're a Championship team. They're not a Premier League team. They were god awful against us, and they managed to scrape a draw against, and then a draw against Wolves. Scott Parker shouldn't have been sacked. It's the fault of the club, not his fault, in my opinion. He's playing with the players he can, but I think that's a good result for Bournemouth after losing 9-0 to not concede any, get a draw, and stop Wolves. But still some bad games to come for Bournemouth, in my opinion.
So let's move on to the team that's going to win the 2022-23 English Premier League title. Gunners boss, Arsenal. Fantastic. The only team to win 5 from 5. That's 15 points. Arsenal scored 13 goals and concede 4. 15 points. Manchester City sitting second position with 13 points, scoring 19 goals, conceding 5. Tottenham Hotspur sitting third position, scoring 10 goals, conceding 4. 11 points. Brighton scores 6 goals, conceded 3. 10 points. Liverpool in 5th position, right? 15 goals, conceded 6. 8 points. Leeds United with 8 points, score 8 goals, conceded 5. Fulham with 8 points, score 8 goals, conceded 7. Southampton 7 points, score 7 goals and conceded 9. In 9th position, Chelsea scores 7 goals, conceded 8, scores 6. In 10th position to round it off, Brentford, they scored 10, conceding 7 with 6 points. Newcastle 11th position, Man United in 12th position, Crystal Palace in 13th position with 5 points, West Ham 14th position with 4 points, Nottingham Forest 4 points, scored 2 goals, conceding 11. That's not good for Nottingham Forest. Bournemouth with 4 points, conceding 16 goals, 2 goals score. Everton 17th position, and the list goes on. But the bigger picture right now, right? Arsenal come win by 2-0, man. Good win for the Gunners. A lot of the Gunners people them happy right now. The man is on them telephone calling Mom, Jesus take the lead for Arsenal. What the Emirates? What do you guys think about that?
I've got to quickly say one. The thing about after the season I've noticed is if they concede, they score straight away. Mm-hmm. Against Leicester, bro, they conceded and scored literally a minute later. Today, they conceded. Look, we scored. They go strong the counter attack and kick off and score again. Martinelli with a goal, Gabriel Jesus. But I'm telling you, Arsenal to me look like top 4 contenders this season. But for me, the issue is their depth. They've got Partey out for a bit of time. El Neni's out for a couple months, I've heard. Zinchenko's out. They're playing a centre-back, a right-back. I think depth-wise, they haven't got a really good depth. They haven't got good depth. And for me, if they can keep that team fit, the most important ones is Xhaka, Jesus, Saka, Odegaard, Gabriel, etc., Saliba, etc., and Ramsdale. I think they could get top 4, but they haven't got the best depth. But Arsenal have done really, really, really good this season, and Arsenal are the only team this season who have no draws, no losses. They have 5 wins, and that's fair play to Arsenal. I've got to give them their credit. They've been fantastic this season, and they've got Man United next, and hopefully they smash them.
Yeah, I agree with you on the squad depth at this Arsenal team, especially next week. You will know where Arsenal stands. The squad is very, very thin at this moment. It would be good if they can bring in Pedro Neto and Tielemans by tomorrow. I don't think that's going to happen. When you look at this Arsenal team, the back,
we need Tielemans, not them. We need Tielemans.
yeah, the strength is not there for Arsenal. And you know what going to really count when the Europa League start? That Thursday, Sunday, going to kill Arsenal. All right. And when you look at it, they have Tottenham coming up. They have Man U on the weekend. They have Everton. They have Brentford. That's Arsenal next. 1, 2, 3 Premier League game next. They have Everton after Man United this weekend. They have Everton. They have Brentford, and they have Arsenal. And in between that, Arsenal will play Europa League. That's next week. Arsenal playing the Europa League next week. So we will know. We will know if it's the same Arsenal. We will know after next week. By the next 2 weeks, we will know if it's the same Arsenal. If they can continue, I think they have a great chance. They have mixture of youth. It's good. Arteta doing fantastic. I'm impressed with Arsenal right now. I want them beat Man United. I want them go 18 from 18. I want them beat Man United. All right. So I let the
Leicester
Arsenal.
as well, but I would love it. United back-to-back losses. Come on, Leicester.
Yeah.
Come on.
But Yusuf, how impressive you are with Arteta doing the job he's doing right now. Let's take the squad not deep enough, man. But let's, what do you think about Arsenal? You think they can win the Premier League this season or what? What are your thoughts on Arsenal?
I think, they've done a good job. They've done a good job, 100%, 5 wins from 5. But I agree with what you guys said about the squad depth. I think they need more squad depth. But, Arteta's done a really good job. But if we're talking about them winning the league, it's not quite there yet, in my opinion. I still think they need, because last season they finished Europa League position. I don't expect them to win the league. And with the likes of Manchester City, and other teams, I don't see them winning the league. I don't see them winning the league. I can see them 100% maybe finishing like, I don't know, third, maybe second if Liverpool don't play that well for the rest of the season. But I don't see them winning the league with the likes of City and all. They've been good 100%. But the thing about Arsenal fans is that after 5 games, it's good to win all your games and all, but they go, oh, we're gonna win the league or whatever. But I think they need to be very cautious, because this has happened many times before. They start a season, sometimes start a season badly, sometimes they start well. When they start well, everyone's like, oh, they're gonna win the league, and in the end, they can slip up. So I think the Arsenal, if they are to really be contenders, I think they really need to be careful. They really need to be careful and not get ahead of themselves. And they need to keep their focus level at 100%.
Definitely. But before we get into the rest of the game that we're going to play on the weekend, I want to ask you guys. Lampard, Gerrard, Brendan Rodgers. We see Scott Parker get sacked already. Who next in line?
I think we should do the predictions for the next game.
No. I'm not going to give prediction. I'm just going to tell who play. That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brendan Rodgers.
In line.
Rodgers.
Because Gerrard have City next weekend, so.
Because I think Gerrard won't be at the bottom of the league. Brendan Rodgers, I think, will be at the bottom of the league.
Bro,
Leicester haven't won yet. I don't think they're going to beat United tomorrow. I think hopefully United win, but I don't think they'll beat United tomorrow. They'll still be bottom of the league. And then the next game, I don't know who they have. They probably won't win either. Villa.
I know that, bro. Villa
might not win, but they're not going to be bottom of the league.
I think Brendan Rodgers more credit in the bank right now.
I think we could see Brendan Rodgers and Gerrard even sacked on the same bloody day, bro.
I'm worried. I want Gerrard to do well, but this is a big man sports, elite thing. This is not the championship. This is not the Scottish Premier League. I want to see him succeed, but at this moment, bro, Gerrard don't know him starting level, bro. And in that Villa nearly a year know him. Don't know him starting level. We have to be fair. My ball of that. You understand? Nobody can tell me about my ball. But he must be in dark shit since him take over Aston Villa. And I'm worried they're going to boot him out. Right? I believe that if he lose the City game, they probably see with him losing the City game, but the next game that Villa have is Leicester. Wow, cha. The ding dong back who are
Gerrard versus
Gerrard.
that might be the battle of the sacking.
Yeah. Lord,
I'm not gonna say predictions, but I think if it were to go on the that, I think Brendan Rodgers gets sacked.
Even Frank Lampard too, under pressure,
But Frank Lampard, we could beat Everton. He'll have no wins again. Who do they have after that? Who do Everton have? Can you check one? Who do Everton have after Liverpool?
Everton?
Yeah. Who do they have after us?
Them have Arsenal.
Yeah, bro. So they could have another two losses, bro. They could be in September playing 7 games and not won a single one.
Yeah.
Same with Leicester. So I think we might see them both go at the same time, bro. Because I think Brendan Rodgers is out of his depth now with Leicester, and I think Gerrard is not a Premier League manager. He's really average.
Yeah. Yusuf, what say you? Who under pressure? Lampard, Gerrard, Brendan Rodgers. Who you like it to be the next manager to sack? Because I think between them 4 managers there. Guys, don't know the comment. Let me know what you think.
I think all 3 are under pressure, 100%. Aston Villa sitting in they're sitting in 19th place. Leicester sitting in 20th, and Everton sitting in 17th. So very close in terms of positions. Everton are yet to get a win. I think it would be unacceptable for a manager like Lampard to not get any wins. I think after 7 games, if he still doesn't have a win, because he has two tough games next. I think after that they don't get a win, or at least they don't challenge. I think gets sacked 100%. Gerrard, on the other hand, Aston Villa not really in the position they want to be, and they have Manchester City next and then Leicester City. So I think that Leicester game could decide on 10th September. I think that could decide which one of them gets sacked first. Would be Brendan Rodgers or Steven Gerrard. Gerrard, I agree, has been average in the Premier League. Brendan Rodgers, I think he wants to make signings and all, but I think he needs just a tiny bit of time to see how it works for Leicester. They're not in the best position. In 20th place, not looking good, and they have Manchester United, then Brighton, and then Aston Villa. So I think all 3 of them are going to be under pressure. It'll be interesting to see, what happens. Who's gonna, I think it also depends not just on the manager. I think it depends on how intense and how much the team desires to win, because I think it's also a big part. And I just don't see Lampard beating Liverpool or Arsenal. So it'll be interesting to see. It'll be very interesting to see. So I think all 3 managers in a bit of a bad position, but I think it's probably going to be between Brendan Rodgers and Steven Gerrard to get sacked first. But I won't disagree on all 3 of them being sacked at some point.
So big question, because I don't know if is Liverpool is your team. So who better? Nunes? Who is better?
Nunes or who?
Isaac.
I've seen more from Isaac at the moment than Nunes, but Isaac, bro, scoring his first game, but so did Nunes. But Nunes didn't get man of the match in his first game.
So who better?
I'm gonna go Isaac for now. I think he's got to prove it. Nunes, when he comes back.
But Isaac don't have the season that Nunes in Benfica.
He didn't, but in the Premier League so far, I don't know. It's too early, it's too hard.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go. I think it's very tough. I'm gonna go Isak for now because I think also Nunes. I'm not taking any credit away for him, but I'm just saying he's playing in a very very big Portuguese team in Benfica, and if we're gonna compare La Liga and Portuguese league, I think La Liga is it has the better teams, harder teams to beat. But Isak's done a very, very good job, and so has Nunes. Nunes has done a brilliant job. So I think Nunes with that red card, I think it's 3 games. So when he comes back, he's gonna come back against Everton. I don't expect him
Everton.
to start though.
Who do you
Yeah,
start him? Who do you guys start Nunes?
no, I think
No.
Firmino starts. I think Firmino starts. Then
Listen. It's a
off the bench.
Susan, it's a derby. Everton are gonna try and piss him off. They're gonna try. You saw how he reacted to Anderson. They're gonna try and get him to get a red card again. I think he'll come on. It's like 60th, 70th minute. But I think maybe after that you start him. But against Everton, I think he needs to learn that the Premier League, they're going to try and piss you off. Because if he reacts badly, he'll get red carded again, and with that, another 3 games of Ireland. So I think he come off the bench against Everton.
Marcel said, bring him on, bring him off the bench. I agree with you. I agree with you.
100%.
So, Jersey boy, tell him man what midfield number, Jin. Tell him Sir Raghav Henderson. Fabinho.
I'm predicting against Everton it's going to be Milner, Elliott. Bro, if Elliott gets injured, it's going to be Milner, Bašetic, Fabinho.
Yeah, we're 10 men, we're 10 on midfield. But all right, guys, before we leave, people smash the like button. Come on, people, hit the like button. Let's get the video to 40 likes, people. We can get it. That's the goal.
Guys.
But Jersey boy, Man United, Leicester. What do you think going to happen? Final game of the midweek fixture.
3-1 United.
3-1.
Bro, Everton's defensive sheet.
Is that the signing that Man United did enough to get them top 4? Jersey boy.
Not for me. Anthony's going to play. I don't
Where you rank Anthony right now in Premier League wingers?
Not even top 10. And the reason
Top
is
10? Not even top 10.
Bro, have you seen Anthony at Ajax, bro? He wasn't even that good at Ajax.
So why Man United pay nearly 100 million fee?
Because Ten Hag wants him, and they did it really late. I think Anthony has to prove it, bro. Anthony played against us, and you played Ajax, bro, and you were shit. So, I think we do want fun of Anthony, but I think Anthony could be good in the Premier League, bro. But like Martinez, bro, I don't think he's a world class centre back, but I think he's done very good at Varane. I think you can see 1 goal. No, but I'm going to be doing a live stream tomorrow for the final hour because tomorrow is deadline day, guys. If you want to join me, Ryan, I want to do a stream from 11 p.m. UK time to midnight. So when the deadline closes.
Yeah, I will be at home by that time.
So we'll do last hour of the deadline, then hopefully we get Tielemans or something like that. Because I'm sorry, but Henderson out, Thiago out, Kate out, against Everton off midfield. If Ellie gets injured, bro, we are fucked. So we now need a midfielder. So that's it for me. And that's it.
Yeah. What said? Yeah. All right. What's your score prediction you say for that final game of the midweek fixture? Man United, Leicester.
I think Anthony. I think he's still gonna need time to adapt to the Premier League. I think he could come off the bench. He could start. It depends on Ten Hag's thinking, but I think either way, I think he's gonna make some mistakes. I think it won't be that great. I think Leicester, they're really in need of 3 points. I think it's going to be a very tough game for United, but I think it's going to be a bit similar to the Southampton game. I think it's going to be close, but I think United win 1-0. I think I can sense like a 1-0 United.
Okay, I hope Leicester win their first game of the season, but I don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to predict United to win 2-1. So, the upcoming game in round 6 of the English Premier League. All right, before we get into that, people, I want to tell you guys, thank you very much for come and watch the watch along. Thank you very much to come and watch a post match. But I need a midweek show to do, and I need a name, and I need which day in the midweek I should do the show. Different from match preview and watch along. I want to do a midweek show. I want you guys to give me a name so you guys can come up, to give the show a name. All right, please. So think about it right now, guys. By now on Saturday, and you guys can give me. I need to talk a little bit more about football in general, but I need a name. So
say again, you want a name for what?
For a show, for a football show. I want to do a show different from match preview. And
what, like about like what? Like Premier League and all the leagues, or just Premier League?
Just Premier League, bro. I don't watch other league, bro. Premier League.
Okay. I'll think of something.
Okay. So the midweek game coming up, guys. In round 6, the weekend game coming up. Everton, Liverpool versus Everton. Saturday morning, 7:30 in the morning. Easter
kickoff.
Early kickoff.
I wonder if Ryan will be there because Ryan's never normally there for the early kickoffs.
Brentford Leeds. Leeds traveling to Brentford. Chelsea West Ham. Derby game. That's going to be a derby game. All right. Chelsea West Ham derby game. Chelsea will be at home coming off a loss against Southampton. Newcastle Crystal Palace. This is going to be a very good game. Big up to all of the Newcastle fans. You guys dreaming right now. All right. So Newcastle, Crystal Palace. Nottingham Forest versus Bournemouth. I think Nottingham Forest is going to win that one. Tottenham Forest versus Fulham. I think that's going to be another cracking one. Wolverhampton versus Southampton. Villa versus Man City. Brighton versus Leicester City. Arsenal versus Man United. All right. On Sunday. So, here you have it, people. Really do appreciate all of you guys tuning in. Okay, I get some name. The top 6 show. That's a good one. The Premier League weekend show. That's a good one.
I'm gonna WhatsApp you some ideas. I've got some ideas.
Okay. All right. So, Yusuf, don't worry.
11 p.m. 11 p.m. UK time, Marcel. 11 p.m. UK time.
Yeah. Big up military going on. Enough love and respect, Bridget. Appreciate you tuning in and stuff, Bridget. Enough love and respect.
Oh, that's not a bad name. Premier League Unpacked. I have another idea, but
That's a good name.
keep
Premier League
coming.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah.
I like that one.
If I get any names,
Guys.
I'll send you Ryan.
Yeah, send me some name. I want a name with nice, spicy, and catchy for the viewers and stuff. Something you're thinking of them. Yeah, you go ahead.
Reminder, guys, we'll be live tomorrow from 11 p.m. UK time for the deadline day final hour to see what happens with Liverpool. Liverpool have signed anyone. And then we'll be live on Friday in the evening for the Everton preview, and then we'll be live Saturday from 12 o'clock UK time for the Liverpool watch-along of Everton.
Yeah, I'll be there. I know I'll miss 2 watch-alongs, but this one I'll be there.
Okay. I will be there. I will definitely be there for this one.
Are you sure, Ryan? Are you sure you're going to be awake, bro?
Yeah, I will.
You say that, Ryan, and you don't know.
No, I will set my alarm because I have to go on a run.
Okay. I believe you. I believe you, Ryan. I believe when I say it.
Yeah.
I'm just warning you.
All right, people. Yeah, midweek fixtures: Liverpool 1, 2, Newcastle 2, Liverpool 2, Newcastle 1, Arsenal 2, Aston Villa 1, City 6, Nottingham Forest 0, Tottenham Spurs 1, West Ham 1. Can't remember, but anyway, people. Thank you guys for watching. Really
see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, see you guys, man. Nothing but love and respect.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching. It's been Jersey Boy.
you,
It's
guys.
been Ryan. It's been, and we'll see you next time. Come on, you lads.